No, Mataji, 140.
So 140 appears. But Gautam has printed 194. There is no 194. There is
140, Mataji. 20.140.
20.140. There's a nice verse which is put in the previous verse. Aradito yadi haris tapasa tatakim. Naradito yadi haris tapasa tatakim. Antar bhai yadi haris tapasa tatakim. Na antir bhai yadi haris tapasa tatakim. So what has been told, if you are doing so much of tapasya, but you are not doing any aradhana to Lord, what is the use? And if you are doing aradhana to Lord, aradhito yadi haris, if you are doing aradhana, why you are doing tapasya? If you are not doing aradhana, again, what is the use of doing tapasya? Lord is there inside and outside. Why you need tapasya? Na antar bhai, if you are not accepting this, what is the use of doing tapasya? So in both the ways, it has been said, if you are praying Lord, you don't have to do anything else. That is enough. Now what does Nardiya Puran speak about it? Prakatam paditah shreyan ya eko yati adah swayam bakavrittihi swayam papah patayati aparanapi. So in the index that has been given, we consider that this is probably a printing mistake, as this verse does not appear to fit the context. In our opinion, the verse being referred it to is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 11th chapter, verse 32. There's something from printing mistake. That's what is said. A fallen person is superior to a sinful hypocrite because he goes to hell alone, whereas hypocrite takes others to hell. What a powerful statement, Jesse. A papi or a sinful person goes alone. But now why this has been put? That is what is said here. Let us see. Haranti dasayavo putyam vimohyastrair nilam dhanam charitrer ati tikshatrair vader evam baka vrtaha. Plunderers steal people's wealth in solitary places by threatening them with weapons. Whereas hypocrites steal people's wealth by bewildering them with heart-piercing words. So what wealth they have removed? The wealth of going near Lord. The wealth which a person attains by getting a human body. So in this way, they are bewildering them. So the hypocrites are now worse than even the plunderers. The previous verse has been said, they are worse than even the thieves, even the fallen people. The fallen people, at least he goes to hell alone. But a hypocrite, what he does, he takes others also with him in the hell. Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto 3rd chapter 38th verse speaks, Shudraha pratigrahishyanti tapo vesho pajivina dharmam vakshyanti dharmadkya adhiruho uttamasanam. Shudras will dress as ascetics and accept charity for their livelihood. Those who are ignorant of religious principles will occupy the seat of the Acharya and teach religious principles. So this is all predicted. In future, this all is going to happen. The Shudras, they are not allowed to accept the charity. Like Shatkarmas had been put in the group. What are the Shatkarma? Only Brahmana can perform yajna and teach how to perform yajna. Brahmanas can give upadesh and chant also. He can only give upadesh. Mantras he can chant, he can give upadesh. Brahmanas can accept charity and give charity. Only Brahmanas can do that. But in as and when the Kali Yuga is going to progress, Shudras, they will dress like saintly people and accept charity. And that too for what? For their livelihood. The question may arise, Prabhupada went to West and preached the mlechas who are worse than the Shudras. Now, the basic question is, why are they dressed as ascetics? One can ask this. You should ask. You should be very bold enough to even ask this. Answer is there for everything. The answer is, the ascetics there are not maintaining their livelihood. In fact, they are maintaining the temple. If you see, they were ignorant of religious principles. But Prabhupada taught them. Prabhupada taught them and made them aware. That is how they came in knowledge. And then they are occupying the seat of Acharya. That means Prabhupada gave them the qualification. Somebody has to give qualification. Without that, they cannot on their own occupy the seat of Acharya and teach religious principles. So Prabhupada has such a power that he can purify even the mlechas. And in this way, Prabhupada gave them the seat. Like yesterday IDC course, Prabhupada says, I want to see all of you as bona fide spiritual masters. He tells to his disciples, for that you should follow what I teach you. That means first Acharan, then Acharya. Who is an Acharya? Who does Acharan? But on their own, there are many people who try to become Acharyas. That doesn't work. There should be a powerful Brahmana behind it, a powerful Vaishnava that should be behind, a pure devotee who can make others also pure. Balare aise loka tapasvi dekhite sadhu ninda shuni mari yaya bhalamate. People go to see ascetics in good faith, but when they hear them blaspheme saintly people, they are ruined. So what is the purpose of going to ascetic people? The purpose is to learn more about Krishna consciousness. But if a person says, oh, when he goes there, he is not hearing the glories of the Vaishnavas. In fact, he hears something else, then the person who is telling is also ruined and he is also ruined. Sadhu ninda shunile sukruti hayakshaya janma janma adhapata veda yaikaya. By hearing blasphemy of saintly persons, one's piety is exhausted. The Vedas declare that such people live in hellish conditions birth after birth. So one should not blaspheme any saintly people. Whoever has taken up the path of devotional service, he may be very advanced or he may be in the very basic steps, whatever he is, one should not blaspheme anyone. Satam nindanamnaha paramaparadam vidante tatakhyati miyatam tatamu satad vigraham. So, very clearly it has been said, on the pretext of compromise, many people remain silent even after hearing blasphemy of the sadhu, guru and Vaishnavas. Such people fall into hellish conditions for many lifetimes. All their good fortune become exhausted. It is stated in Bhagavatam, Nindam Bhagavata Shunavans, Tat Parasya Janasya Tato Napaiti Yahasopi Yati Yadaha Sukutansh Chitaha. Anyone who fails to immediately leave the place where he hears criticism of the Supreme Lord or his faithful devotee will certainly fall down by the threat of his pious credit. So Bhagavad Bhakti Sandarbha speaks about it. Now the question arises. There is a king Vena. He was also trying to do something, but he was so cruel. So all the saintly people came together and they killed actually Vena by their tapasvi bala. So if you see something wrong, you have the right to speak. It doesn't mean that you keep quiet if something wrong is happening. Like there are many ascetics who, on the garb of the ascetic dress, they cheat people. And then because this instruction is there, oh, I should not speak anything wrong about an ascetic, but he's cheating someone. He's cheating someone. He's cheating himself also. He's cheating others also. So then you have right to speak. Don't think that such instructions are allowing a person to see even the wrong things. No. If something wrong is happening, you should speak out. If you don't speak out, this wrong will always continue. This wrong will always continue, and the person who is just seeing these wrong things and remaining silent, he will also be doomed. That is what is given. If something wrong is happening in the temple, in the institution, you have right to speak, you should speak. The whole intention behind it is not criticism. It is to improvise the system. There's a lot of difference. Like suppose your god brother or god sister is doing something wrong. If you don't speak out, oh, I should not speak because it is said that if I hear or if I speak, I'll be doomed. I'll be doomed. But then if you don't speak, then also you'll be doomed. So better is speak to those authorities who have the right to correcting. The purpose is for the correction so that one can advance in devotional service. And even the person who is doing mistake, he also can improvise. Pato yare sabe matra eka janme mare janme janme kshane kshane nindaki samhare. Thieves suffer for only one lifetime, but blasphemers suffer continuously life after life. So what is the meaning of blaspheming and what is the meaning of trying to correct? Blaspheming is involving enviousness. Mother never blasphemes the child. Mother tries to correct the child. If she is able to do it, fine. If she is not able to do, what she does, she tells to the authorities, like father, she may tend to grandmother, grandfather, to the teacher. In this way, mother wants the child to improve. Blaspheming is done by outsiders, where the outsider wants to criticize. As a result of their deeds, ordinary thieves suffer miseries until their sinful reactions are exhausted. But those who are naturally sinful are eligible to suffer miseries forever because of the tendency to blaspheme Vishnu and Vaishnavas. So now again, this is a very powerful statement given by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Ordinary thieves, why they are involved in robbery? Because of their sinful reaction. But there are natural thieves. They are naturally sinful people. Because Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova Na Vivadyeta Grahapratanam. Even Prahlad Maharaj tells to his father, don't worry. Even if people come and try to counsel you, you are not going to hear because your mati is not in Krishna. So such people are naturally sinful people. Such people have a tendency to blaspheme Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. Their sinful propensity to constantly blaspheme the Supreme Lord and his devotees cause them to suffer unlimited pains. Ataiva nindaka sannyasi bato yara haite o ananta durachara. Therefore, of the two, blasphemous sannyasis is unlimitedly more sinful than the thief. So he's in the garb of a sannyasi. What is the use? He's blaspheming others. So then he's the worst, he's worse than even the thief. The people who criticize ISKCON, they say, because I got a message today, they say they have hijacked Krishna. No one has hijacked Lord. No one can do that also. Understand it very nicely. There are people who cannot progress in Krishna consciousness and they immediately criticize Prabhupada movement. One sense, it is like Saraswat Vakya also. Like it said, if you are very pure, you can bind Krishna within your heart. So that is also in one way hijacking only, isn't it? They may criticize, but if Saraswat Vakya is seen, yes, Prabhupada has hijacked Krishna. Because Prabhupada's purity has made Krishna land in 108 temples and more than that after Srila Prabhupada's after Prabhupada, you can say, or you can say after Prabhupada left his body. But still Prabhupada is present in every temple. Acharyas are always present. Your purity will hijack Krishna. Your purity will make others also remember Krishna. Why people rush to ISKCON temples? What is the purpose? You see, ISKCON temples are becoming so famous. What is the purpose of it? Why is it that so many other temples are also made, so many other institutions are also made? Why is it that that much progress of like how ISKCON is doing, why is it not happening? We are not comparing. We are just saying preaching is the essence. Prabhupada has laid down 4 principles. Prabhupada is not proud of anything, but in fact, he says everybody should follow because it is Sanatan Dharma. You cannot say, oh, ISKCON is separate from other institutions. No. But what is the purity which Prabhupada has taken? Preaching is the essence. Purity is force. Utility is the principle. Books are the basis. If these 4 are followed, you can see the progress. Like even in Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya, very nice preaching is going on. Wherever preaching happens, progress can be seen. But somebody is not progressing, they try to criticize like this. Like you go to South temples. The moment you enter the temple, you can feel, yes, my Lord is here. What is the why is it so? Because of the purity. The more you are pure, the more you can feel the presence of Lord. It is not that ISKCON has hijacked Lord. No. In fact, Lord wants to be in the place where purity is there. Simple. If the devotees chant nicely, if the Acharya who is responsible for anchoring the mission chants nicely, emphasizes on chanting, properly practices the 4 principles laid down by Srila Prabhupada, then naturally everyone likes to come. Utility is the principle. What is the meaning? Try to take the best advantage of everybody's samarthya. If somebody is good in cooking, somebody is good in cleaning, somebody is good in singing, take advantage. Utility, take advantage of every hour, every time, everyone's samarthya. That is more important. Abrahma Sambadi Sava Krishner Savaibhava Nindamatra Krishna Rushta Kahe Shastra Sava. From Brahma down to the lowest living entity, all are manifestations of Krishna's energy. Therefore, the scriptures declare the blasphemy make Krishna angry. So sometimes somebody asks Prabhupada, why is it that we sometimes find some politics happening in the temple, even in ISKCON temple also? Why is it that? And sometimes many devotees, they experience also some politics happening in some temples. Then what will happen? Rushta, Krishna gets angry. So you will not find that type of purity. That is why temple management should be only emphasizing on studying Bhagavatam scriptures, Chaitanya, Bhagavat, Ramayana. The emphasis should be there more on how to develop the preaching task. Many times temple committees are made, but those committees discuss many other things except for how to grow in Krishna consciousness. If these things happen, then naturally that type of purity cannot be experienced. So it is not that Prabhupada wants that everybody should only emphasize on preaching activity. But because naturally when you say society, then many type of people come. At times many type of authorities also come. Instead of emphasizing and appreciating Krishna consciousness, they speak something nonsense. So what happens? Their own purity is destroyed. Prabhupada's purity will always maintain ISKCON centers. That is one thing is sure. Prabhupada is always present in every ISKCON center. And Prabhupada will see to that the blasphemy for the devotees should not happen. Anindaka hai ye sakruta Krishna bhave. Satya satya Krishna tare udhari bahele. Krishna will certainly deliver anyone who chants his name without offense or blasphemy. Which is Krishna will deliver anyone. So you may say, suppose there is some other group who is chanting very nicely, who is outside ISKCON. No problem. If he is following the rules and regulations nicely, if he is connected to a sampradaya, ISKCON is connected to Brahma Sampradaya, if some group is connected to some other sampradaya, if they are chanting nicely, if they are not criticizing, you should immediately pay obeisances to such Vaishnavas. It's very important. Don't restrict your thought processes only to your own limited understanding. Vaishnavism is a broader concept, is a very, very broader concept. ISKCON is one of the institution in such a big Vaishnava Siddhanta. So there are other mutts who are coming under some sampradaya, for any one of the four sampradaya, and if they are chanting nicely, if they are not blaspheming anyone, you should pay obeisances. Now the question comes, even in the temples, when you go to different temples, you see some Vaishnavas, they are chanting very nicely, pay obeisances. Paying obeisances. Sometimes you can hear some classes also, and respect them. That is very much important. Because Krishna is present in those people who have the tendency to chant very nicely without any offenses. So that is what is the Saman Bonam. Saman Bonam is don't have any blaspheming attitude. One who renounces the blasphemy of saintly persons and then chants the name very nicely, even once, can easily attain the mercy of Lord. Sincerely, only once. Then why Prabhupada says 16 rounds? Let me only one time chant Krishna's name very nicely. To chant that only we are practicing 16 rounds. Because many thought processes come when you chant 16 rounds. And I don't know whether I'm chanting properly or not, whether Krishna is accepted or not. Like when you have to shoot the arrow in one point, especially in the competition, you practice, isn't it? We all practice shooting arrows if you really want to take part in the competition. So in the same way, we are all practicing Krishna consciousness so that at the time of quitting the body, I should remember Krishna. And even when I am leaving also, living in this body, I should remember Krishna very nicely. So that is why this practice is there. But offenders at the feet of the holy names commit offenses at the lotus feet of the spiritual master by blaspheming the saintly people, and thus become offenders at the feet of Supreme Lord by blaspheming the spiritual master. One should never blaspheme Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Yesterday again in the IDC course we were studying Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. Both are considered on the same platform. Both duties will be different, but both are considered on the same platform. So blaspheming the spiritual master will not lead to any advancement. What to speak of achieving love of God, which is the fruit of chanting the holy name. By blaspheming the Supreme Lord, they gradually become bound by 8 ropes. As a result, by committing offenses to the holy names, they are not even able to achieve religiosity, economic development, or sense gratification. So again, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur writes, blasphemy will not allow them to achieve even the 3 Purushartha. Leave aside the moksha, dharma, artha, kama. Even that cannot happen. Generally, blaspheming is politics, isn't it? What happens when you see the politicians or the political people? They blaspheme each other. So the same attitude is continued in the temple. Somebody is doing very nice preaching. Immediately you start criticizing. You start criticizing. Somebody is really serving a spiritual master very sincerely. You try to speak such nonsensical words, then what will happen? Just because you are not able to serve, that doesn't mean that you start blaspheming. This blaspheming will only doom a person. Somebody is growing in preaching, we should be very happy. Because it is Krishna's mercy, Radharani's mercy, a person is able to preach. So preaching is actually Radharani's department. Whoever she wants, she allows them to preach. It is her mercy. But somebody is growing in preaching task, immediately a person starts criticizing. That doesn't work. Chari Veda Priya, O Yadi Ninda Kare, Janma Janma Pumbi Pake Dubiya Semare. If even after studying the four Vedas, one indulges in blasphemy, he suffers birth after birth in the hell known as Kumbhi Paka. Even if because of their offenses, sinful people identify themselves as Chaturvedis, Agnihotris, as a result of blaspheming Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, they fall after every lifetime into Kumbhipaka, where they suffer severe miseries. Their study of the four Vedas then become the cause of hellish pain, and envy of the Vaishnavas become their principal recitation of the Sama Veda. Envy of the Vaishnavas become their principal recitation of Samaveda. They only consider Samaveda, not beyond that. If you see, the morning in the mosque, what they do, what is it called? Alam. What is it called?
Azan.
There is nothing but Samaveda. They only recite Samaveda because they always criticize Vaishnavas. See, this is the statement which Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives. If you criticize any Vaishnavas, you will go in that, you can say, in that group who is only reciting Samaveda. Bhagavata Padiya O Karo, Buddhi Nasha, Nityananda Nindakare, Highway Sarvanasha. Even after studying Srimad Bhagavatam, one's intelligence may be ruined. For anyone who blasphemes, Nityananda is certainly vanquished. So Nityananda is Adi Guru. The moment we criticize Balaram, Nityananda, what will happen? All our study of Srimad Bhagavatam is also gone. We criticize our own spiritual master. What is the use of studying Bhagavatam then? Many professional Bhagavatas, the reciters engaged in blasphemy of Supreme Lord and his devotees, create havoc in this world by distorting the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam to earn their livelihood and to freely engage in sense gratification and thus destroy themselves. In this, I remember yesterday I met a girl, she was chanting. I was sitting in the flight. She immediately came and sat beside me. She said, Hare Krishna. She saw I was chanting. Yeah, Krishna. I said, oh, you're belonging to ISKCON Nagpur? Then she said, sometimes I visit there. She is from other group, which is separated from ISKCON. That doesn't matter, but she was interested in chanting. And then she was telling about how her mother was she was with some guru who is now in jail. I don't want to name anyone. Was in the jail. So then I said, what do you think? Was he wrong or right? You know the answer what she gave? I was really impressed. Because everyone knows that he is wrong. He's in the jail. He has done all wrong things. But the answer what she gave, well, I don't know actually, but we feel that all the devotees of him, we feel that he is not wrong. People have cheated him. And on top of that, another set of people, they say that he has done such leela that he should go in jail. So at any cost, they don't want to criticize their spiritual master. So I was just contemplating on that. Even after so much of proof has been given that your spiritual master is wrong, the devotees are still thinking, no, he is not wrong. Whoever is there, bhaktas are thinking is not wrong. So what will be the gati of those devotees? It is said, you respect your spiritual master to such an extent, even if he is wrong, your faith in him should never deviate. What will happen then? Even if he is wrong, his all good things will come to you because you are not losing the faith. Whatever he has done wrong, he will suffer. But his good things are naturally transferred to that person and then he advances. Now that mother goes every day to Mangalarti, is connected to an institution which is little bit separate from ISKCON, but again under the guidance of Prabhupada only. Because during Prabhupada time, there were 2-3 sets who just deviated. How they deviated? They did not deviate, but Prabhupada's GBC was not accepted by them. Simple. So then they made their own cult. But anyhow, Prabhupada's teachings is going on. But because Prabhupada wanted that everybody should accept GBC, we should do that. But they are chanting and they are following, so we cannot fully criticize also. Let them do whatever they are doing. At least they are following something, whatever told by Prabhupada. But what is the Saman Bonam of the thing which I wanted to say is, the faith in one's Guru makes a person advance in Krishna consciousness. Makes a person advance. Even if Guru is wrong, yesterday even in the IDC course also it is given, even if the Guru is wrong, if he is following the principles, you should accept him as Guru. And suppose he is not following the principles and deviating, he will suffer. But your faith will make you advance. They give up the lotus feet of the Vaishnava spiritual master and accept Mayavadis, Gyanis, Karmis, hospitalists, who are all offenders at the feet of Nityananda as a spiritual master, and thus become eternally cheated from receiving the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Because of the blasphemy, they will give up the spiritual master, they will give up the mercy of they will be cheated from even receiving the mercy of the Supreme Lord. By obstructing many people's execution of eternal religious principles, they cause them to suffer the miseries of eternal existence. Because of blaspheming one's own Guru, they will suffer. Even if the Guru is wrong, again we are emphasizing, even if the Guru is wrong, the student has no right to blaspheme. What they can do, they just have to, they are just seeing the consequences. They are not suffering, they will not suffer, but in fact they will advance because their faith is strong. It is Guru Tattva actually. If that Guru Tattva is understood properly, you don't blaspheme. Because from everybody you have learned something. Even if that Guru is wrong, you have learned something from that Guru. So you should not blaspheme. Instead, what you should do? You should just pray. Pray to Lord that, oh Lord, please relieve him of all the miseries. That means sinful reactions. Yai Navadvipe Gaura Chandrera Prakasha Namane Nindaka Sava Se Satya Vilasa. Gaur Chandra manifested his pastimes in this abode of Navadvip. Yet blasphemers do not accept such eternal pastimes. Chaitanya Charane Yare Ache Mati Gati Janma Janmahayanena Tahara Samhati. May I achieve the association of those whose desires and activities are dedicated to the lotus feet of Chaitanya. All human beings should give up the association of cheating professional Bhagavata, the reciters, and desire the association of non-duplicitous servants of Chaitanya, birth after birth. Association with Mayavadis averse to Lord Chaitanya is not at all desirable. So there are professional Bhagavatas, cheaters. Now what I'm mentioning is one of them who is now in the jail. And what happened? Just there are so many who are following him, now are connecting themselves to Krishna consciousness. And what is that? What is the thing which is making them connect? Their faith. Simple. Their faith in that spiritual master, whoever has done wrong. But their faith was so strong that Guru Tattva allowed them to progress on. They are not falling down. Generally, it is said you follow a wrong person, you will also go to hell. But if the punishment has been given to that person, then it will stop that the followers to follow that person. Simple. If the followers are there and the punishment is not given, then that person also will go to hell. They will also go to hell. And if the punishment is given, That is why punishment is very much important for such duplicitous people. If punishment is given, then there is no chance of following them, because the whole thing is stopped. It is one way good. If something wrong is happening, Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to bring them and put them in the jail. Such Mayavadis used to put them in the jail so that their followers at least will be saved. It is like saving the followers from going to hell. Such duplicitous Mayavadis should be beaten also and should be put in the jail. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to do that. And used to say, if you are God, because they used to call themselves God. If you are God, then you should save yourself. They could not do that. So he wanted to show Bhakti Vinod Thakur, father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was district magistrate in Puri. He used to never tolerate such duplicitous people who used to call themselves as God and cheat the people. So the poor followers, what they will do? They used to be mesmerized by seeing their siddhis and get captivated. Yes, my Guru becomes God. Guru is treated equal to God, but that doesn't mean that Guru becomes God. Ashtasiddhi Yukta Chaitanya Bhakta Bhakti Shunya Kabu Henaya Na Dekho Se Papi Hina Punya. May I never see the face of a sinner who is devoid of piety and devotion to Chaitanya, even if he is endowed with 8 mystic perfections. So there will be people who have so many siddhis, but is not following the principles of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the use? Sinners who are devoid of piety are averse to the service of Lord Chaitanya. Even if by ordinary consideration such people are known to have achieved perfection in the 8-fold yoga process, one shall not see the face of such sinners. The spiritual masters are certainly the most beloved servants of Chaitanya. Vaishnava devotees who are non-different from the heart of spiritual master condemn the 8 mystic perfections. They are spiritual masters of the pure Vaishnavas. It is most desirable to remain apart from unauthorized non-Vaishnava sampradaya while externally offering them respect. Again say, what is the statement given? Externally offer respect to everyone, but avoid non-Vaishnava sampradaya. If somebody deviates himself from the main link, respect, but avoid. Because that main link is more important. That main link is like ISKCON, is the main link for Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. Gaudiya Mats are the main link. But if you are connected to somebody who is trying to go away from the principles, externally offer respect. And unauthorized non-Vaishnava sampradayas should never be encouraged. Murari Guptera, Prabhu Santona Garya, Chahilapane Ghare, Harasita Haya. After solacing Murari Gupta, the Lord happily returned to his house. Yenamate Murari Guptera Anubhava. Ami ki baliva vyakta tahar prabhava. Such are the glories of Murari Gupta. What more can I say? His glories are already known. Nityananda Prabhu Mukhe Vaishnave Ratataya. Kichu Kichu Suni Lama Savara Mahatmya. I have heard something of the Vaishnava's glories and characteristics from the mouth of Nityananda Prabhu. Jalma Jalma Nityananda Hoy Morapati Yahara Prasade Kaila Chaitanyata Rati. May Nityananda Prabhu be my master, birth after birth. By his mercy, I have become attracted to Lord Chaitanya. Jai Jai Jagannath Mishra Nandana Tora Nityananda Hoy Mora Pranadhana. All the glories to son of Jagannath Mishra, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. May your Nityananda be my life and soul. Mora Prananathera Jivana Vishwambhara Ye Bada Bharasha Chitte Dhari Nirantara. Vishwambhara is the life and soul of my beloved Lord. I firmly maintain this conviction in my heart. With firm conviction, the author resolutely holds the lotus feet of Shri Guru Nityananda within his heart. His eternal object of worship is Shri Gausundar. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavan Dasa Tachu Pade Pada Yuge Ghana. Accepting Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I Vrindavan Das sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus end the 8 English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya commentary on Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, chapter 20, entitled The Glories of Murari Putta. So continuing the same philosophy or the principle that one should not blaspheme any Vaishnava, the next chapter is chastisement of Devananda Pandit. Not chastisement of Devananda Pandit. Okay. Last time when we did Mayapur Parikrama, we had visited the temple where this Leela happened in Koladvipa. It's a Gaudiya Mutt now, Koladvipa. There this Leela happens. So any doubt you can ask. No doubt.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी तो हमारी जो फेथ होती है गुरु के प्रति मतलब वो पर्सन के ऊपर नहीं होती है, गुरु तत्व के ऊपर होती है, ऐसा समझना चाहिए माता जी।
पर्सन के ऊपर और गुरु के ऊपर, गुरु तत्व से आप पर्सन को अलग नहीं कर सकते। आप देखेंगे किसको, पर्सन को ही देखेंगे, लेकिन वो गुरु तत्व के साथ जुड़े हैं वो देखेंगे। जैसे गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज मेरे दीक्षा गुरु हैं, कमल प्रभु जी मेरे शिक्षा गुरु हैं, तो मैं सर्विस किसको कर रही हूँ, पर्सन को कर रही हूँ, लेकिन कैसे, वो पर्सन गुरु तत्व में है, इसीलिए मैं पूरे गुरु तत्व को, मैं उन्हें एक अलग से व्यक्ति को ही हम सर्व कर सकते हैं। हम हवा में तो सर्व नहीं कर सकते, व्यक्ति को ही करेंगे, लेकिन उस व्यक्ति को गुरु तत्व से अलग नहीं कर सकते हैं। You're understanding? It's a very subtle thing to understand. You are serving whom? When your guru comes, you are feeding whom? You are feeding that person, isn't it? But that person is not an ordinary person. He is coming in the Guru Tattva. This way you are serving. Now there was another question yesterday put, like how many Shiksha Gurus one should have? Because the question arises, if I have many Shiksha Gurus and I have many Diksha Gurus also, because every Shiksha Guru connects me to one Diksha Guru or make me follow one Diksha Guru. So yes, this is one confusion, isn't it? Like you go to some other temple, you will have the Shiksha Guru from that temple. Naturally, that Shiksha Guru is serving his spiritual master. Again, there is a difference now. What I should do? What I should do then? Should I serve? Should I hear? Because multiple Shiksha Gurus are there, no doubt. But then, in real sense, Shiksha Guru is one who connects me to one Diksha Guru. Again, Shiksha Guru is one who allows me to express my confusion. Shiksha Guru is one who chastises me, who is allowed to chastise me. You cannot allow everyone to chastise. But from everyone, you can get some instruction. Like Bilvamangal Thakur says, even Chintamani is my instructing Guru. Chintamani was a prostitute. But she told, the love the hankering and the love which you had for me, the same thing if you express to Krishna then. So, instructions can be taken from different people, different gurus. They will instruct you. But following should be with only one, because you cannot follow so many. They will tell you, you do this seva, you'll do that seva. How much you'll do? You cannot be scattered. Simple again to understand. There is an university and there are so many schools. And in that so many schools, what you will do? You cannot jump to one school to another school. You can visit. Sometimes teachers take to that school, to this school. It's a picnic. You can do that. But learning is only with one person. Learning. Hearing, multiple. Learning, one. There is a lot of difference. Hearing and learning. There is a lot of difference. You can hear. In fact, whole day you hear from many. But learning can be only with one. Learning involves chastisement. Learning involves asking your clearing your doubts, asking your doubts, clearing your confusions. That is learning. Like mother can be only one. But motherly affection can be given by many. You should be very clear in the concept. See, sometimes these concepts confuses people. You just have to take it in a simple way. Mother is only one. Motherly affection is given by your neighbor also. You go to your neighbor's house also. There the neighbor feeds you like mother, but she cannot become mother. In the same way, your Shiksha Guru is only one. But there will be many Shiksha Gurus who will be instructing. But learning, chastisement can be done by only one. You can only allow one. Na? Everybody starts chastising you. Then what will happen? One has to, once praising you, chastising you, praising you. If everybody will praise you, but chastisement cannot be done by everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. So wonderful answer. Thank you so much.
Patitanam pavani